Hey everybody, what's up? Um, I had some stuff going on. Then I'm like finishing up a game to do a review on. Actually, it's like the second part of a game that I did a review on earlier, but we'll go back to that when I do it. So I decided to review a movie in the meantime, and this is a well, to me this is a classic funny movie. It was released in when was that? About '96, the year I graduated from high school. Eh, Herbal. I know. Don't do the math. Don't. Bad, bad, bad viewers. Bad. That movie is a great movie. Classic because of who's in it. James Garner and Jack Lemmon, if you will, stars two ex-presidents on the lam. Why? Because they're being framed for a heinous crime by the current president, played by Dan Aykroyd. By the way, I have to have notes for this movie review because there's some things I can't remember altogether. That movie is none other than Hey da 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 My Fellow Americans. With an all-star studded cast, including the great actor himself, not James Earl Jones, but rather, yes, Wilford Brimley. And no, he does not discuss diabetes. I couldn't help it. So what's this movie about? Okay, first of all, there's two things about this movie. There's two things about this movie I love. There's actually a scene in the movie that plays an important role later on. Um, what happens is, let me pull up my notes here because, like I said, I really do need a few notes for this, simply because of the fact that there's a few things that I was like, I kind of get switched around in my head for some reason. I don't know why. So Jack Lemmon plays President Kramer. James Garner plays President Mac Douglas. Um, Lemon's character is basically this type ace guy who like keeps like just a serious amount of logs. He's a penny pincher basically, and he's very straightforward on things. James Gardner, who plays Douglas, is more like the ladies' man. Dan Aykroyd plays President William Haney, and is that dude's name? Hold on. Gotta click it here. John Hurd plays his vice president. Get back here. Yeah. Hurd kind of is this creepy dude, and basically, they go to meet with someone. The guy ends up dead, and they have to go cross country to try to prove their innocence. Along the way, there's kind of some funny things that happen. One could be considered to be a little bit racist. I don't know, but it's funny as heck. They meet this truck driver, and basically she goes, "Oh," they ask her, "Oh, what are you hauling?" "Oh, I'm just hauling farm equipment." Turns out she's actually carrying illegal immigrants. Yeah, and trying to think. God, I know who played her, and I can't think of her name. Conchetta Farrell. She played the housekeeper Berta in Two and a Half Men. I thought she was somebody else. Who knew? And who's your buddies? So yeah. Um. Oh, so she's like, yeah, I'm just, hauling this stuff, and they go, and they're like, okay, well, they get pulled over. The truck gets pulled over, and all of a sudden the back end goes flying up on all these people, start scurrying out. Turns out she's bringing a load of illegal immigrants through. And this is plays a funny role in the movie. It's not funny that she's hauling illegal immigrants in the back of a semi truck trailer, but it's funny in the fact that one of the guys actually makes this comment that you have to watch the movie to get. You have to because it's so funny. Another is they are at a gay pride. This plays another part of it actually. Gay pride parade, and first of all I like the way that they do portray the parade. It's really classy. It's really good. It is a little bit stereotypical, but the parade in itself plays a turning point in the movie. No, neither of them come out gay, but it is really good. Yeah, those are the two things that go through my mind the most. Wilford Brimley, oh my god, is like a former CIA. I'm trying to think of his role. He's like a former agent, FBI, something like that. I can never remember which branch. I could look it up, but I'm not going to because I'm going based off of memory, and so he's like helping them out, trying to figure out what's going on, why they're being framed for this murder, and it's kind of a goofy movie. First time I watched it, I was like, okay, this is definitely different. Um, you have to watch it a couple times because it's one of those movies where there's a lot of jokes that you don't catch right away, which is something I really love because it really makes the value of watching this movie really great. I actually owned it back in the day underneath and was on VHS. I wish it was a better copy, like was it one of these cases that just like has the cardboard and it snaps like that? But whatever. So yeah, but one of the things I like about DVDs is you get a lot of stuff like bloopers and that. You normally when you get on VHS tapes, the subtitles. I love subtitles. Certain movies they get that wrong, and I hate that. It's like cut out, cut out, cut out. What the fuck just happened? I'm trying to think. It's just one of those really oddball movies, like I said. Just like the way they're going across country, what happens is, in order to clear their innocence, one of the things that they decide to do is they're going to go to Kramer's Presidential Library. The reason being is that they think they have evidence at the library that will help clear their name. They might, they may not. I'm not going to answer that question. You have to watch it for yourself. But it is really good. Lauren Bacall does play Kramer's wife. Let's see. She's really good in that, actually, is that role. The end is really hilarious. I was just laughing my butt off. Because you don't expect a lot of this stuff. You really don't. One point they get like on a train and people are thinking they're impersonators, and this one woman's talking to I'm trying to remember if it's which one it is, talking to Douglas, and she's talking about how she slept with him and it really wasn't that great, and he's like, sorry, raw throat if you don't like me drinking, sorry, it happens. But yeah, definitely worthwhile watching. One thing is you have to go into this movie with a really open mind, because what you see is, and this is one of the things, this is one of the most unbelievable things that I've ever seen in a movie. Especially about presidents. I mean, Head of State was a really great movie, don't get me wrong. It had a lot of points to it. This one has a really serious point to it, and it blew my mind because at the time it was made, think about it, 96, released 96, 97. One of the things is they're picked up by this couple who has their children in their car, and they're traveling, they're going to look to get jobs. And one of the things that you find out is as a result of their not being in tune with the American public, this couple basically lost their house, their place, lost their jobs, everything like that, and they're going to relatives to get work and have a place to live. And it really turns the fact that they see what's happening. They see like what regular everyday Americans go through, and this is really something that's key because you think about now the market crash that we had a while back here in the States and how many people lost their jobs, how many people were driving from one state to another, leaving their family for days at a time just to be able to work. Something like this was really ahead of its time. Even though it's happened in the past, you don't think about it. At that time, you weren't thinking about it. You weren't thinking about things like that. And then all of a sudden the crash hits and you're like, wow, this is nuts. And you're like, holy crap. It's eerie how they have this conversation about it. And the thing is, when they get involved with everyday lives of people, that's one of the really main things about this. It's a comedy, yes, but it has shows it. And I think that if someone who is president, prime minister, whatever the case may be, in whatever country you're at, if you're not in touch with the people, you're not going to understand what everyday life is like. And I think that this movie proves it, that they actually go out and they see what's going on, and they want to make a difference. So definitely check this out, even for the comedy value. And like I said, a couple of the scenes in there are really worth watching. The gay pride parade. Oh my god, I'm sorry. It's funny. I'm not poking fun at it, but the movie might be. But hey, a little bit, but it's part of what they're going through, and especially one of the people that they talk to in the parade kind of shows up later on in the movie and helps them out. That's a hint, but yeah, definitely worthwhile. Um, so if you want, check it out. I don't know if Netflix has it, Hulu has it, whatever. Really good movie. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I will have that game review. It is the last chapter in the Phoenix Wright. It's the DLC. I decided I wanted to do a video on that because there's stuff on that I wanted to touch on. It's just, unfortunately, life caught up to me, and I ended up having to try to get some stuff taken care of in 2 days, and I've got another day added on because something else happened, and it's been like so that's why I'm reviewing this. But when I get it done, I will review that chapter, and then I'll go on to another game. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.